This is what my heart sounds like. I have no pulse, and people will still fight me on what's needed to keep me alive.
Every year, thousands of Americans wait for an organ transplant.
At my worst, at my lowest, at my sickness, I was literally like, I'm ready to die.
The road is time consuming, costly, and oftentimes draining. Patients are fighting denied insurance claims. They're forced to figure out disability paperwork on their own, all while battling a chronic illness and trying to keep themselves afloat. First, we'll hear from Bobby Faithful V in his fight to get and maintain health insurance.
It feels like the Hunger Games. So I have a handful of issues at the moment. Crohn's disease, prolactinoma, end-stage heart failure with the LVAD device, polyps in my lung that are potentially cancerous.
Before he was diagnosed, he taught students how to brew beer at the University of Richmond. Because of his illnesses, he became permanently disabled, which then led him to become unemployed and fighting for coverage from DC Medicaid.
There's a heart pill called Entresto. It works very well. It's always denied. I have daily bandages, so like if I have a gaping hole in my stomach, my insurance should cover it. But it's never that simple. You have to have year contracts with the insurance providers, which are very hard to get. It took me 6 months to get the contract. So during that 6 months, I'm begging for medical supplies from nurses, family, people I know, folding paper towels, taping them when it should be covered, obviously.
He's also been wrongfully dropped by DC Medicaid in the middle of costly procedures. A symptom of his brain tumor and heart failure is weight gain. As a result, he had to get bariatric surgery to help him lose weight so he would be eligible for a transplant.
I randomly found out I didn't have insurance while being in the hospital, and I was told I needed to leave. So I still have like an open scar that didn't heal right. No one at the hospital or any help.
He later found out that he lost Medicaid because he was recently approved for Social Security disability insurance, which pushed him over the income threshold for Medicaid.
If someone told me I could either have health care and survive or this money and die, obviously I would take the healthcare, but that wasn't an option. ChatGPT has been my main social worker. Get the pro, it's worth it. The first time I Googled the DC Medicaid office, it was actually been closed for 3 years. A male person was outside and like, this isn't the right building. So like to get the correct answers, a lot of times you have to use ChatGPT.
In September, he switched to Maryland Medicaid and is getting evaluated at Johns Hopkins Hospital for a heart transplant.
DC Medicaid, pretty sure is going to kill me if I stayed on that. And no one wanted to admit they dropped me wrongfully for 6 weeks with no explanation. In addition to that, no one will ever help you retroactively cover cost. That's their mistake. So not only did I have to get them to admit that they randomly dropped me for no reason, I could not get anyone to take accountability or say anything about it.
While he waits for that fateful call, Bobby has been making music with the sounds from his artificial heart.
I've lost a lot of the things that I love. Eating bad foods or like drinking or things I used to do, and my life's complete 360 where all I have is music. I can't wait to put that out because either I put it out and I die and then people are like, oh, this is awesome because they're dead. Or like, I was kidding, or I survive and it's still a cool story. And I'm hoping that I'm a strong candidate for transplantation because I've done everything that I've been asked to, and it's been very hard. And if they say no, I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep trying to get a heart because I'm a young person, had a career, family, been doing my best to advocate for myself and others. And I really feel like, it's not my time yet.
Now we'll hear from Brandon Gerard, a non-binary person who has congestive heart failure due to a genetic condition that enlarges the atrium of their heart.
It's sad because capitalism, well, look at a person like me and say, oh, they're just lazy. They don't want to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. But like, I physically can't. Like, my body's done.
Brandon has had gaps in employment and health coverage since they were laid off from their job in 2023. They're still looking for stable employment. Without healthcare coverage, they will be unable to get a heart transplant.
I have to be firm in telling people, like, my body cannot and is okay. I always have to put those boundaries up to protect myself. Like yesterday, my friend, which like completely sweet person, but I don't think she gets the severity of me stressing that I need to work from home because I am a disabled person. She sent me a role that is in person and it's like, hey, just get a retail job from now. And I had to let her know just taking a walk to CVS in the heat and coming back home and cleaning my house had me out for 3 days. So, like, how am I going to work a 8-hour shift?
Brandon now relies on some freelance work, unemployment, and food banks to get by. They got denied for disability when they applied the first time, but are now appealing the decision.
To qualify for disability for people with my condition, with congestive heart failure, you have to have reached edema of level 2, and I was at level 4. So completely bedridden, couldn't move. I lost hundreds of pounds in fluid. So I'm supposed to qualify, but I didn't get approved.
Medical bills have piled up, and they now have more than $100,000 of medical debt.
I can't even make myself look at and open the portal and look at the debt because I know I can't pay it. I was in the hospital for a month. One day for one procedure was $750. And I probably had 3 or 4 tests that day. So I just clicked out and it was like, And then the telehealth visits, the first hospital stay, I've overdrafted my account just because I know I need my heart medicine. It's big, but like, again, I'm not worried about that if I'm also worried about paying my rent. It's hard not to stress, especially with how the world is on top of that. But you can't stress because it worsens your symptoms. So it's difficult.
To help with their anxiety, Brandon has found comfort in their spiritual practices.
I'm a hoodoo practitioner. So in my practice, in my religion, there's a huge emphasis on ancestor veneration. And in my logical mind, the anxiety is doing the bankhead bounce. How is this going to be resolved and how am I going to overcome this? But every time I go to Spirit's like, you'll be fine. I've not been financially stable since in that sense of the word, but I've always had exactly what I needed to continue